Club Mfl Murray Football League show, this time for round 17. It's Nathaniel Dedman running you through all the results and fixtures for the upcoming round. And joining me once again from the Shepparton News is Georgina Cahill. Georgina, thanks for coming down on this. Well, it looks clear, but it's still pretty cold out in the middle of Deakin Reserve.
Yeah, it certainly is nice and chilly, but what a glorious day.
And it's going to be a glorious weekend in the Murray Football League because the race for finals, I know we've been harping on it, but it is so exciting and it is still on full steam ahead. Nathalia and Denny, both of them were surprise winners for me, taking care of Barooga and Echuca United. They were joined in the winners' circle by Finley, Mowala, Numurkah and Rumballara. I think most of those we picked the week prior, but the two upsets, in my mind, they were both 50-50 clashes, but Echuca United going down to Nathalia puts them in a pretty good position this weekend. Moama were the other side fighting for 6th position, and their chances as mathematical as they were have gone completely out the window. They were only 1 point down heading into the 4th and final change against Mowala, and they ran out 16 point losers in that one, with Mowala taking the spoils. Now this week, Mowala will face Nathalia in what surely has got to be the game of the round. Interesting for this one is that it's going to shape the 6th. Nathalia, depending on results, could go as high as 3rd or could go as low as 7th. That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, this is certainly going to be a huge round. As you said, pretty much only the top 2 has been decided in Finley and Rumba. But the other sort of 4 spots, they're anyone's. They're up for grabs.
Mowala also could slip to as low as 6th position, and in this finals race, you can't really afford to be as low as that. There's 3 other 50-50 games next weekend, so the top 7 is well and truly wide open. So 7 clubs are vying for final spots. Now, Denny are going to play host to Kingupna in the second game of the round. Were you surprised that Denny were able to get the win over Barooga last weekend?
Look, I wasn't. I did tip Denny, and I did think that they'd get over the line against Barooga. I think it was a pretty tough game. No doubt a few sore bodies on Sunday, but no, I wasn't completely surprised about that one.
Kingupna went down to Numurkah in what was a dead rubber last weekend between two sides. At the time are on 12 points. They're quite clearly going to finish second last if results go the way that we expect them to. Is there any chance they can pull off an upset here?
Look, I don't think so. I think they know where they sit, that they've got a bit of building to do. I don't think they're going to go out and throw too many surprises this weekend.
The next one is Cobram taking on Rumballara. Now, it's interesting to note that last weekend, Cobram, they played Finley, who were in first position, and well done to the Tigers. They put up a great fight compared to other results this season. Bad luck for them having to play the 2 top sides in consecutive weeks. Is it going to be another loss for Cobram this weekend?
Yeah, look, I think it is going to be obviously 2 big weeks for Cobram. They did put up a good fight against Finley though, so it wasn't as such a demoralising loss. I think they should be pretty pleased with that result. The
man of the moment who I want to give it a shout out to, Damien Cupido, slotted 8 goals. How amazing has his addition to this side as the head coach been? They've become such a professional outfit, and that really is showing on the floor. Not on the floor, but on the field.
Yeah, that's right. Damien's not only a great guy, he's a really solid unit, and he certainly can use the footy. And I think the sort of surge that Rumba's shown this season's been pretty outstanding. They've got some great players on their list, and they've just got their act together on the field.
Speaking of a unit, I would feel pretty safe going into any nightclub with him on the front door. He is a monster of a man, and no doubt he is going to have an absolute field day against the Cobram Tigers. The next one, we move on to Numurkah, who snapped their losing streak against the Road last weekend. Can they back it up 2 in a row against Barooga, who suffered a... You said you kind of, expected Denny to take the win. I thought Barooga was going to. Can they make it 2 in a row against the Hawks?
Look, I think the Hawks will be pretty fired up this weekend. I think they might have learnt a couple of things when they played Denny last weekend, and I think they'll be looking to rectify that loss and get the 4 points on the board, especially at this time of the season.
The next game is Tongala and Moama, both coming off losses last weekend, and they'll both look to get back into the winner's circle. This one also is a dead rubber. Both sides are out of finals contention, but there still is a lot of pride to play for. And there was a tweet come through that any side that finishes just outside the 6 can be pretty stiff not to have made finals, because they would be genuine chances. And Moama are a very good outfit. Surely they're going to be taking this win over Tongala.
Yeah, look, I certainly think you're right. And as you said, Moama are going to miss out on finals this year. Very unlucky. They've been a good side. They've certainly put together some good wins this season, but and certainly not the last we're going to see of them. I reckon they're going to bounce back pretty well next year.
And the last game of the Murray Football League for round 17, if Nathalia didn't have such a must-win schedule, this one would have been a game of the round. We're looking at Finley taking on Echuca United in a top 3 clash, first versus third. Interesting for this one, a loss here would see Finley give up top spot to Rumballara, who we can't see falling to Cobram, but I'll put it out to Cobram. If you can do it, I will shout every single one of you a drink at a pub of your choice, because it would be an amazing effort. Finley could give up top spot as we've said. Echuca United obviously would be disappointed going down last weekend to the Perps. Who are you tipping in this one? Because for me, I think Echuca United are going to cause a bit of an upset here against Finley.
Well, I'll just add first, if Cobram do win, I'll be jumping in on that drink. That sounds pretty good to me. But look, obviously Scott Beattie's announced that he'll be stepping down at the end of the season. I think last week's loss was a bit of a shock to his players. I think they sort of expected that they'd get the win that round. I think I did as well. I do think that they'll cause an upset this weekend. They know how to bounce back. They've taken some hard losses, but they've certainly bounced back, and I think they'll get over the line against Finley, who have been superb this season. But I think Finley might just sit in the way of United this weekend.
Well, Echuca United, no doubt a quality outfit, so 2 tips going their way from, well, they call us experts, but I don't really know what we know. Can I put you on the spot and ask you to tip somebody who's going to win it? I know it's so close, but I want you to make a statement. I'm going with the Perps, simply because if you haven't guessed already, that's my club of choice. But who do you think is going to take the Murray Football League Premiership for 2014?
Look, it's such a tough call. I think it might be a Rumba United grand final, and I think Rumba might get the flag this year. I mean, I can't really base that upon much. I have seen them play this season. They were really sharp. So at this point in time, I'm going to go with Rumba.
That would be an absolutely mouth-watering clash between 2 quality outfits, and no doubt both of us will be heading to that one, and you'll be saying, I told you so, and I'll just be kind of going, yeah, you kind of did. Thanks for joining us once again for the Club My Way Up Murray Football League show for round 17. I hope to see you at one of the games this weekend. Georgina, thanks for your time. I appreciate you coming down.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
This has been Nathaniel Dedman for the Murray Football League, sponsored by Club My Way Up.